In the beginning, there was the sun, moon, and earth. All three live in unison in a black sky. The sun providing warmth, the earth holding life. However, the moon, empty and barren, had neither.
I'm sure I'm just as important as either of you,
Said the moon.
but I have nothing.
The moon languished in its idleness as time went on. The earth, having a clear view of the moon every night, thought to itself,
To see it like this makes me upset. Maybe if I can help it become more than it is, it will be happier. What can I do to make the moon feel that she has something too, like us?
But the earth was too aloof and lazy to try and help it directly. So the earth told a small woodpecker in the forest,
Please, fly up to the moon, help it create life, and let life prove to her that she is important just like me and the sun.
The woodpecker flew and flew until it reached the moon, to where it found nothing but dust and rock.
These specks of dust and rocks make up the moon. Oh no, how lonely it is here.
The woodpecker was so shocked.
The earth keeps itself alive with water.
The woodpecker described to the moon,
They keep the plants alive and the animals hydrated, so we should find water first.
and he began to peck the surface of the moon, creating large craters. However, no matter how much the birds searched, no water to be found, only more rocks.
This is why I am different compared to the earth and the sun. Life here will never exist.
The moon, more upset than ever at its barren surface, began to hatch a plan.
But the earth has so much water already. I'm sure if I took some, it would not mind.
The moon started pulling at the sea from the sky, hoping that some of it will rise up and reach its surface. Nonetheless, the distance between the two was so large that the moon gradually grew weaker and could only put the water up so little, causing it to fall back down and creates the tide on the beach. This only made the moon frustrated.
This is so unfair. I only want something to make me as important as the earth and the sun, but why can't I have it?
The moon complained furiously.
You refuse to share despite your abundance. Why should I suffer for it?
The rocks picked up by the woodpecker were used as ammunition as the moon began to throw them at the earth. Meteors crashed upon its surface, making the earth so afraid.
Why would the moon try to hurt me and the lives I am responsible for? It is not my fault the moon cannot have water.
With no way to reason with the moon, it turned to the sun.
I did all I could, but the moon refuses to stop. Please help me before it destroys the life I have.
The earth grumbled.
You have not talked to the moon or tried to help it with your own belongings.
Sun stated with the seriousness.
But they are mine, and the moon should make its own.
Replied to the earth. The sun, trying to break out the fight between the two, decided that while the moon was being unreasonable, the earth should handle its own problems.
There should be no more fighting between you two.
The sun indicated.
Moon, you are surely being unreasonable and greedy due to your inner loneliness. And Earth, you are too stingy to share what you have. There will be a great deal of punishment brought upon you both.
The sun took away its light from the moon, leaving it unable to see every month for a small amount of time.
Moon, not only will you have to deal with loneliness your whole life, but I will take away your light so you can truly understand how it feels to be lonely in dark.
The moon gasped in disbelief.
How will I even function without my light? It's the only thing I have.
You will only be whole once in a blue moon. There will be 8 phases you go through and repeat throughout your time. Some days you will feel more complete than others, and other days you will feel as empty as ever. One phase, I will allow you to be whole as a cruel living punishment of your actions.
The sun cursed the moon with 8 phases, the first phase being a full moon.
I love feeling whole and complete.
Say the moon with confidence. The second phase is waning gibbous phase, where the moon is still full but has a sliver of emptiness.
It's okay, I still have most of my light. This isn't too bad.
The last quarter half moon is the third phase, where the moon only have a half colored.
Oh no, only half of my light is shining. I have never experienced something like this before.
The fourth phase is the waning crescent moon, where the moon will only have a part of the light left.
I can't stand this no more. I almost have no light left.
The fifth phase is the new moon. This is when the moon has no light. It was too stunned to speak during it. The new phase is the waxing crescent moon, where the moon begins to gain a sliver of light back.
Wow, I'm really glad I get some of my light back. I still feel so empty though.
The first quarter moon came next, where the half of the moon is filled with light again.
This is getting better. At least I have half of my light again.
The seventh phase is the waxing gibbous moon, where the moon is almost full but still partly incomplete.
This is so much better. I am beginning to feel like myself again with almost all my light.
The final phase is the full moon, when the moon refilled with the brightest light and it feels the wholest self again.
I have never been happier to have my full light again.
Do not get too excited, Moon. Remember, you will continue to go through these 8 phases your whole life. You will feel whole today, but emptier tomorrow. That is the point of the curse. The days your light is not completely whole, your light will be taken by the woodpecker to go into the galaxy as stars.
This is why some days the stars shine brighter than others. But the sun did not forget to punish the earth.
Now that I have punished the moon, it is your turn, Earth. For being too greedy of your goods, you will live and function independently. We will no longer be a trio, but instead all be separated. You will be the furthest from me, but will also be far from the moon. I will only provide you warmth and light during the day, and the moon can only do its best in providing light during the night.
Judged by the sun, the earth gasped in despair.
I don't even know how I'll function alone. This is too cruel of a punishment. How will my people live? Please, sun, please, do not do this.
The earth begged.
No, this is how the universe will be from now on. I wish you both the best.
As the sun departs from the moon and the earth, they both learned how to live with their punishment. This is how the universe came to be, and this explains what you see in the sky and on land.